Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Matt Letter and you're watching the Pillars of Eternity Let's Play series. So, a heads up, before we get into the actual game, let me quickly give you some few informations. So, most important one probably, I haven't played in about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks maybe, due to a whole lot of personal circumstances that are still affecting me, but luckily I've had a large enough backlog to deal with the issue properly. So I've read through the logs, what we did recently and what we're having to do, so I should still be on track. I may be a bit rusty on the mechanics, but yeah, as usual I'll just try to give it my best. So yeah, let's go right ahead then. I've also upped the music volume very slightly. I should be a wee bit more audible now. Should make it much more interesting, perhaps. Really? Pumpkin the Quark? No thank you. The tabby cat snaps out of its placid stupor as you approach. It opens its wide eyes, following you every step before trotting to your side to rub against your leg. We got a tabby cat! Sorry. So... there we go. Yeah, look at it. Mightiest companion of them all. I think I mentioned already, I really love cats, right? Okay, so what's up here? Massive Stalgar. Dangerous beasts. Lots of tribespeople. Something we could theoretically steal. Let's actually go into fast mode as well. Nearly forgot that existed. Let's go to the thatn homes. Checking out what's in there, maybe some interesting quest or another that can start. Always worthwhile to at least check them, you know? Well, nothing in here it seems. Spread across a lumpy pallet of straw, the hide blankets are surprisingly soft. The dried herbs crunch between your fingers, giving off a sweet floral aroma. Well, I do like how they presented the thatns in the city so far. Looks really interesting. It's something I can probably apply in a role-playing game campaign I am playing, like pen and paper RPGs. Certainly a lot of cool stuff to steal or adapt for what I'm playing. I mean, gotta use all the sources of inspiration there are, right? Okay, here we have someone. Seeds and husks have been scattered across the floor. The edge of the shelf is daubed with bird lime. Okay. Alenshi.
Hail, Estremor.
Welcome to my home, Estremor. I'm Alensi, healer and guide. What brings you here? She's got a songbird? Okay, well, I like your songbird. Does it have a name? Well, he does, she blushes, but I ought not to have let my friend's daughter name him. The name is long and rather silly. The short version is Beaker. She rolls her eyes and smiles. The next bird I have will be named after an empath. Okay, cool. Tell me about yourself. The locals have called me a wise woman, a term of respect, I'm sure, but it makes me feel my years. I'm an herbalist and a healer. I spend most of my time caring for the ill, helping with the delivery of children, and making remedies for those in pain. Well, it sounds like you're doing a good community service then. Certainly much appreciated by the people here, I hope. Okay, so... once it's loaded, we can go to the more important locations. So let's look at the map again. We have the Passage of the Six, another thatn home, and the path to the other places. I guess we need to head into here first. Ooh, something can take. A river reed. And here we have something as well. Concerned tribespeople.
What brings you here?
Oh, I already talked to them last time, I remember now. Okay, Path of the Six it is. Let's see what they're about. I mean, I've gotten a massive buff for Twin Elms' reputation already. What do we have here? The twice split arrows. The three tusks Selgar. So these are the representative icons of the tribes. The fisher crane. The stone bramble. The guided compass. The keepers of the stone. Okay, here they are.
Another Estramore. What do you want?
A middle-aged Orlan woman stands at the back of the longhouse, an expression of irritation on her narrow features. As you approach, she takes a decisive step towards you. Sagani leans in. Careful. This woman's young for an elder, and looking to prove herself, I think. I want to visit the other districts of Twin Elms.
There are reasons we don't let you Estramoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
Okay. So we could go for a passionate response. You must let me through. I have urgent matters to attend elsewhere in Twin Elms. Or the benevolent one, which also works. You're having some kind of trouble? Maybe I could help. And that's exactly what we're going to do. She shakes her head. I afraid not.
Looters have grown bolder at the sites of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the 3 Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Suddenly, you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. The Amenafath continues to glare at you, but something has stepped out of her skin. It reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamfath Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the Six today. He would not be so kind as I.
Okay. Gathering of spirits. A vision of an Orlan man appears near Bathwell. He has the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with them. He points behind you. Turning, you see the ghostly shapes of 5 other Amanafath. Another Orlan with tawny fur and scarred face, a frowning dwarf, a black-furred Orlan, and 2 elves. Okay, you're angry about something, I hear it in your voice. What is it? Are the outrages listed and for you not enough? Trouble brews, and none of it is my choosing. The spectral Orlan takes another step from her, setting his foot down in the slow, heavy motion. The tendrils of essence strain between them, and he grimaces and leans forward, as if struggling against a gale. The angry Amenafath winces. War. The spectral Orlan's voice is a rasping croak. They're headed for war. Remind them of Feldwell's warning. Okay. Does Farewell's warning mean anything to you? Farewell's soul image gasps. Taut threads of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Amenafath. He looks up at you again. I tried to tell them. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estramorn.
You'd better explain yourself.
The 2 attending tribesmen look from the Amenafath to you, their swords hands ready. Her slitted pupils narrow. You better explain yourself. Okay. There are other souls in this place and in you. You must listen to them. Or the Builder's souls have touched even the Estramorn. Let's try the souls thing. Listen to what? Right now my ears only hear your nonsense. Okay, let's repeat that then. The Builder's souls have touched even the Estramorn.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galuth on Anams, a watcher of souls.
Huh, okay. Interesting. Okay, so yes, I'm Watcher, or Farewell tried to warn the other tribes about something. What was it? Let's do that.
Feralt's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Feralt, my ancestor on my mother's side, was Anamfath of our tribe then. When the Estramoric farmers defiled the builders' monuments, Feralt urged the other Anamfatha to patience, but louder, angrier voices prevailed. Feralt believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the builders as we do. He also believed the builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, He worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations. And you can see where we are today.
Well, after 2 wars with the Deerwood, his warning is more relevant than ever.
While Ferelt's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
And they must get over that. The image of a polished Adra cube flashes in your mind. There is writing on the sides, but the image is too faint for you to read it. The Amenefath turns away from you and looks at the ground, gnawing a pointed claw. Yeah, you can change the past, but your choices now still matter. She looks at you sadly. Yes, that is the problem.
Another Estremor came through here a few days ago and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estremoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
That sounds like the man I came here to stop.
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar Twin Elms from Estremoran to protect the ancient places that the Builders left behind. The Builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
You again see the polished Adra cornerstone in your mind. This time, the image is clearer. Each face of the stone is inscribed with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form words. A gift from the builders of civilization to the guardians of their legacy. May the guardians watch the door while the builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
She stares back at us, tiny pointed teeth visible through her gaping mouth. Yeah, these were the words to the keepers of the stone. I know.
Very well. The city is yours to explore. Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see...
Whoa! Sorry, that was a misclick. Tell the guards at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone, the blessings of the guided compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the Delmgan of Ter Evron in Elm's Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delmgan will know. In the meantime, I shall be here to assist you. Okay, good. So what are the 6 tribes? Glenfathan's society is divided into tribes, which are further divided into clans. Each tribe is united by a particular history of way of life, and clans are communities of families that live together. In truth, there is more than 6 tribes, but the 6 largest have traditionally led the others. Each of the 6 has a seat in the Passage of the 6, where we discuss matters of common interest. You saw, for instance, the debate that occurred before the Broken Stone War. She gives you a hesitant look. The 6 tribes are the keepers of the stone. Fisher Crane, 3-tusked Stelgar, Stone Bramble, Twice Split Arrows, and, of course, the Guided Compass. Okay, tell me about all of them in turn, the keepers of the stone. They are the first and oldest of the tribes. When they first sailed to Glenfath, they met the builders, who gave them the cornerstone, and those words you quoted, as a token of friendship. Many of the tribes, even among the 6, look to the keepers for guidance and leadership. Their long history grants them a place of honor in our society, though it has also made them more conservative in my observation. Okay, the Fisher Crane then. A mostly Orlan tribe from the Thaneborg. Most of the sites they guard are half buried in the wetlands, and even the other tribes couldn't tell you where they are. She crosses her arms. They are not the most renowned of their tribes. Misreading that? It seems like something's missing here. They are not the most renowned of the tribes, but they are the cleverest and subtlest. Say what you will about the berserkers of the three-tusked Stelgar. I'd rather face them than a Fisher Crane ambush squad any day. They're named after the long-necked bird that lives in the bog. It can stand motionless for hours, waiting for a muck frog or a spotted salamander, but when it strikes, it's faster than anything. Okay, the three-tusked Stelga then. She laughs and shakes her head. Same as everybody. They're fearless maniacs, they want everyone else to know it. They're considered a wild bunch, even among Glenfathans. Many of their territories have seen the most conflict with Estermorn, and they don't forget it. They don't want anyone else to, either. They inflicted and bore some of the heaviest casualties in the wars with the Estermorn. In fact, there was a rift within three-tusked Stelga after the War of the Black Trees. Dozens of clans broke away from the ravaged lands and retreated further into Deerwood, joining whichever tribes would take them. Broken tusks, some call them. The majority of the tribes dug into the half-burned forests to hold the line, and many respect them for it. She frowns uneasily. They've more than earned their place among the six, but they advocate more conflict than is wise, and too many others are quick to idolize them for their valor in battle. Yeah, indeed, that's a bad attitude on both sides, those that encourage it and those that practice it. Always try to keep a clear mind and think before you act. So, the Stone Bramble. Mostly dwarves out of the White March. They're one of the younger tribes, formed over the years by trade routes between the wilds and the mountains. They see themselves as genuinely Glenfathan, though, and who can argue with them? Only Fisher Crane defends sides in such inhospitable territory. Personally, though, I'd say it's gone to their heads. They like to think the rest of us have it easy in the lowlands, forgetting that the wars with the Estermorn never reached their mountains. Still, they came to aid during both. They're named for a tough, thorny little plant that grows up in the mountains. It suits them. Okay, twice split arrows. Not many are. Oh, what did I ask? I'm not familiar with the twice split arrows, okay, so. Not many are. They're traditionally outcasts and exiles from other tribes. Probably the least respected tribe of them all, but our ancestors believed they should have a voice, and so they've got a seat among the six. Most of the other tribes see them as scavengers and bottom feeders, but don't say that to twice split arrow. They think themselves survivors, and they're as proud of that tribe as anyone else. She shrugs. They'll accept anyone, and I suppose there's virtue in that. You never know what you're getting with them, though. Some clans will rob you blind, and others slaughter a lamb for the honor of your visit. Okay, the Guided Compass is your tribe, right? Indeed, we're one of the younger tribes, and not one of the most prestigious. We've tried to keep peace with the Estermorn, which has earned us the reputation of appeasers among some of our hardline brethren in the three-tusked Stelga and the Keepers of the Stone. We value our heritage as Glenfathans, but we recognize that the Estermorn are here to stay. The way we see it, we can better follow our mandate to protect the place of the builders by making peace with our neighbors. That I like. Okay, I'd like to know more about you then. I am the Anamafath of the Guided Compass. Like many Anamafatha, I have leadership in my blood. While tribal authority is not strictly hereditary, we believe that strong leaders can impart a portion of their soul to their children and grandchildren, meaning that a Manafath may succeed from a single line for many generations. She worries a sharp-thumbed claw. Of course, with all that's happened here lately, I've wondered whether my family's line is coming to an end with me. Don't be downer, lady. Your decision today will be historic indeed. Because now I can actually do what I was setting out to do here. Can take care of Thale's plans and maybe for once interrupt them. That would be much appreciated. Good, so now we can go to the Old Song District, Elm's Reach, and the Celestial Sapling. If I remember correctly, we've had kind of a job to go there anyways. The Sealed Missive. The Celestial Sapling, indeed. Oh wow, I totally missed the abandoned farm on the path to Deerwood. Oh well, I'll get my chance to take care of that as well. So let's move over and take a quick look at the Celestial Sapling. Oh, there is a named person. She'll pay! That witch! She'll... Fuming with anger and pacing in tiny circles, the Wailing Merchant aims his wild rant at you as you approach. You there! Have you come here to trade with the savages? Learn from my example and take your business elsewhere! Spittle accents his every sentence. Liars, cheats, swindlers! That duplicitous bitch, Alari. She claims to be selling Elad Gola flower pots, but all I have now is 6 bushels of common houseplants. The herbs are useless. He throws a handful of dried plants to the ground, stomping on the brittle stems and leaves, kicking up pungent, savory scents. I'll get my money back from the swindling savage. Okay, so, yeah, what is, Erlad Gola? Renato's rage abates for a moment, and his face twists into a nervous smile. Elrad Gola is a plant that grows in the jungles of Eglanfath. He clears his throat, lowering his voice. When dried and consumed or brewed into a tea, it's known to enhance one's drive for the better pleasures in life. So, Viagra tea, right? What did Alari say when you confronted her? Nothing of substance, he quickly mutters. She defends herself, of course, saying the herbs were legitimate. Why wouldn't she lie? No one will value my word over hers. He spits on the ground. Alari can lie with impunity when surrounded by her gangs of savage thugs. So what do you intend to do about this? When I get my hands on... Renato halts his sentence, his eyes darting about the nearby Glenfathen guards. I'm in the savage's home court, so it's my word against hers. Where does that leave me? I'd be fool to threaten her here, on tribal soil. He sighs, pressing on his temples. I cannot sell this worthless herb to recover my coin, and I am powerless to confront Alari. I don't suppose, he looks at you, sizing you up. If you're willing to mediate, perhaps you could succeed where I failed. I would, of course, pay you handsomely for your troubles. Sure, I'll see what I can do.
Hello.
But also, what do you have for sale? Renato looks away from you, scratching his neck and shifting his feet. I am destitute and have but few meager offerings left to sell. How dreadfully embarrassing. If I can recover my investment from Alari, I'll have funds to resupply my stores. Until then, you're welcome to take a look at what I still have in stock. Okay. Do we have stuff we want to get rid of? A bunch, yeah. I think it's time we do sell some of the fine stuff. At least the types we're not generally using. Because no use in having everything lying around when we won't be using it, right? Okay, that should do it for now, and then... You know what? We'll go hard for you, man. I mean, we can use it for our enchantments anyway. So, yeah. We buy a shit ton of stuff from you. Congratulations, you're now a weapons merchant, apparently. Also, let me quickly go back to the sound and get the music again down a little bit. Got a little bit overpowering there in the discussion. Okay. The Celestial Sapling. Oh, wow. Rotuk. You want up? I pull. Okay, then. Go ahead and pull, my friend. So essentially it's not, I thought we were basically going to the stem of a massive tree, but it seems we're going up into the tree. And we kind of do. There's a whole house built here. Okay. On that note though, we're already a bunch over the 20 minutes mark. I'll call this episode to an end, so I do thank you all for watching, and yeah, let's just say I'm closing in on the 100 subs mark. That's one thing I want to note at the end, so you don't have to listen at the beginning. You can just skip this if you want. So yeah, I'm closing on the 100 subs. When I reach that point, this is my first basic big milestone for YouTube. I get my own proper channel name and channel link, and I would be much appreciated if you could help me in that regard. So if you're watching and not subbed, please consider doing so. I won't force you to, obviously, especially since I can't. I'm just happy people are watching this, so thank you all for your attention. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter at _madletter. And with that said, thanks again for watching, and see you the next time.